Good morning. Mike is off taking Violet to school. I think that we are going to make a trip to the dump today. Speaking of the dump, I think that at some point, I want to go through some of the things that are different that, we didn't really expect, or some of them we did know before we came here, but, that have surprised us of how New York is different from Missouri and Nebraska. So I guess it's the Great Plains, not the Midwest, but we've always called it the Midwest. There are some things that are sort of surprising. Anyways, it's called the transfer station because that's much fancier. Ended up going to bed and not doing my video last night, not getting it uploaded or anything. For some reason I was super tired. It's saving now, so it'll be up this morning. But we had to move all of my sweaters and cowls and shawls, and yeah, I think that was it, because I don't block socks off the bed. I had gone through, so I had a bin full of whips when we moved here, and I sort of went through a whole finishing things stage. So, and I cast on several things. Actually, most of the sweaters were things I cast on after we were here. Yeah. Just trying to think, the bunny cowl I finished, and the everyday shawl, and the empalme shawl, or cowl. All of those are things that I finished. And then there were several pairs of socks. I have no whip socks left, and I think when we moved here I might have had 6 or 7. I don't block my socks though, so I didn't show those to you. But anyways, we had to move all that off of the couch, or off of our bed, so that we could go to bed, because Mike refused to sleep somewhere else besides in the bed. But now they're all over the living room, because that's where we thought to put them, and I don't know why. And this is why I did it on my bed last night instead of putting them somewhere they could just stay. Our cats like to sit on the wet wool. I don't understand it at all, because I would think that that would feel gross. But they will pick out, and if there's multiple things, they will pick out the one that's the wettest. So that Abbott sweater, the yellow one, is DK weight. Is it DK or is it Worsted? I don't remember. But it's thick, and so it's much more wet, and and that's the one they keep sitting on. I got up this morning and they're literally sitting on it. I'm I don't want my wet sweater rubbing on your cat butt. I don't care how many times you clean it a day. Anyway, this is spiraled. I'm gonna go get dressed and ready for whatever we're gonna do today. I'm not sure what it is, because we are doing things both days this weekend, and just saying that out loud makes me feel tired. We've had stuff in the evening 3 nights this week. I need my downtime. So anyways, see you in a bit. Okay, so I already mentioned that one of the things that's different here is it's not the dump, it's the transfer station, because that's more fancy. So you have to have a little tag. Where's the tag? You have to have a tag to go in and take all your stuff. So we've got our cardboard and our recycling and our trash, and you're legally required to recycle, and you can get a fine or imprisoned for not. So that's super different. Preschool's a lot more expensive, but groceries are about the same, except I think meat's a little bit more expensive, probably because they're bringing it from further. It's the trees.
Seafood is cheaper.
Oh yeah, seafood's way cheaper. The trees here are way taller, and there's more of them. They're everywhere. The schools have a lot more things to do clubs, sports, all that kind of stuff. They do not have tornado sirens. They have something that sounds like a tornado siren, but it's their fire siren, and honestly gives me a little bit of a jolt every time it goes off, because it goes off about every day, because I think they do it for medical calls too. And growing up in the Midwest, when you hear that and it's not Wednesday at 10 a.m., then you automatically think something's wrong. So that's taking some time to get used to. What else? Everything's really close, so like, you know, everything's like 15 miles away, but it takes like 30 minutes to get there, just because the roads are curvier. The cornfields, they say it's the country out here, but the houses are really close together, and the cornfields are not very big. They end in large swaths of trees, instead of another cornfield. Our weather doesn't always come from the same direction. In Nebraska, it was usually from the southwest. Now sometimes like the ocean pushes stuff in, like when we had tropical depressions and rainstorms, they were often like actually coming from the east. Sometimes it comes straight up, sometimes it comes straight down. I think the Ontario and Erie are kind of like at a 90-degree angle over at the other side of the state, and I think they kind of push stuff around. What do you got?
I think people are more friendly.
Which is weird, because everybody was like, people on the East Coast are so mean. But there's no fakeness. If they disagree with you, they're like, yeah, I disagree with that, and this is why. They don't just not say anything. So actually that's very refreshing for us.
There's a lot less passive aggressiveness.
Yeah, for sure. The church says things like hymns are too patriarchal instead of wanting ones that are about bloodshed, like Onward Christian Soldiers. They have a thing called salt potatoes. Took us a while to figure out what the heck that was, and really it's just like new potatoes boiled with a ton of salt, which is how we make new potatoes, so it's not really something new, but they think it's special. They call pop soda, because someone, like, we were going through the grocery store the other day and she's like, you're not from here, are you? Because we called it pop. And I'm like, okay. They don't have plastic bags at like Target or Walmart or Wegmans. Like, you use reusable bags or you pay for paper bags. So there's also like less trash flying around on the roads. Like, you don't see paper bags, like even by the Walmart or Costco never had it, but like you don't see kind of that like trash flying around.
You can only buy liquor in a liquor store. Like, grocery stores don't have like a liquor section. They have like beer, but that's it. There's not like wine and hard liquor or anything like that. You have to go to an actual liquor store to get that. Like when we go to Costco, there's a separate store that's like broken off. It's not part of Costco, but it's in the same building, and that's where they sell all their wine and things like that, their whiskey, those things. That's one different thing.
Because we drink a lot of hard liquor. The only time we bought liquor was when my friend Melissa was here. We had drinks one night while she was here. We went to Crazy Daisies and had drinks, but like at home we only had them one night. There's a lot of foxes here, so like we see foxes almost every single day. I wasn't concerned about that much for a while because our cats, they weren't around our house, but then I saw some in our yard one day and I was a little bit worried because our cats now go outside. They love to, and they ask to be let out. They like meow at us until we do what they want. I thought of something when I was talking about that. Oh, there's no air conditioning, so most places don't have air conditioning. I think our church is the only one in the village that has air conditioning, so like when they do their concert in the summer, that's where they have it. Our house doesn't have air conditioning. But if you get close to the lake, it like air conditions you automatically. Like the breeze coming off of it feels like you're being blown with a fan or air conditioning.
We were here for the hottest part of the summer, and I would say we had maybe a week where it was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But that was it. And it was unseasonably warm here, like in the 90s.
And it's colder here than Nebraska right now, but come January, when Nebraska gets the sub-zero temperatures, we're not supposed to get that. I'm sure there's more, so we'll come back and tell you more if we think of it. We're at the transfer station. Hasn't changed is Mike still does all the trash. Something that's different that I don't actually like, I thought of, was medical care. So we've been to pediatrician and an urgent care and an emergency room and an orthopedic, like sort of urgent care-ish type place. And all of them are, in Nebraska, it's like more decorated and pretty nice.
They're newer.
Yeah, like newer, and like the carpet's nice and everything. And here, like, the walls are dirty and the carpet's all stained or unraveling. There's rips in the chairs. Like, I've found it to be kind of weird that it's like that, but yeah, I've not loved that. And the secretaries at the medical facilities seem to be kind of jerky. That's like the rudest people I've seen, right?
Yeah, like at the urgent care. Yeah.
Urgent care, like the orthopedic place, the ER, like all of them are just kind of like.
The family doctor we went to, I liked everybody there.
They wouldn't even let us like make an appointment until the doctor told them to.
Yeah. I'm a very important person, so I was able to pull some strings.
Oh my god. Whatever. The doctor was on session, so. There's more gluten-free here. Like, there are some restaurants that, like, I can get mozzarella sticks or fried chicken at. That's something I've never seen before. There's some that are just, like, straight up gluten-free.
There's more in the grocery store.
There's a lot more stuff in the grocery store, which you would have seen a few days ago. I thought of something else while I was off of here, and now I cannot remember. The water here, like, so we have the lake. It doesn't flood. It's crystal clear. It's like the second cleanest lake in the country, I think.
You can drink our tap water.
Yeah, so our water comes straight out of the lake, and it goes through a UV filter, and that's what we drink at our house. And then the city of Syracuse pumps water out of our lake to use for their entire town. What else? Like, obviously you've seen that Emma's playing volleyball in Nebraska. That was always in the fall, but it's in the winter here. And when Lizzie had to sign up for band, instead of like having the band people bring all the instruments and like going to that at the school, it doesn't look open. We had to like go to a music store and buy the instrument ourselves. So there's like random stuff like that that you're just like not prepared for or haven't done before. And, oh, you're a terrible parker. There's all that space over there and you're gonna try to squeeze into that tiny spot. Now you completely distracted me and I lost my train of thought. I have absolutely no idea how this is gonna go, but Lauren Halpin came out with a pattern for making a knitted fairy light star. So I've gotten all of the stuff for that, and I am going to attempt to do this for an idea I have for putting up our Christmas cards and stuff. And we actually just got our first Christmas card today, so that's kind of fun. But I'm going to keep watching some Vlogmas and see if I can figure this out. I'm not sure that I can, but we'll see. All right, you will have seen the starry light that I made this evening. It wasn't hard, it was kind of fiddly, but I'm super excited now that I made it and it looks cute, to put it up and do my stuff tomorrow. I finished this mini in my northeasterly. I was thinking today, I've had 2 different advents the last few years. So the first year I had Lofty Loops and Log House Cottage back in this area, and then last year I had Lofty Loops and oh my gosh, I had it earlier, Tippy Tree, and one was in both of those years, one was a 10 and one was a 20. So I have different sizes, and this year I only have the 1. So they're all 20. So they're these big long ones. And so I'm not sure how it's going to come out at the top, but I might carry a color off from the top if it's a lot left over, so that it's offset, so it's not just all of the things ending kind of in the same spot, for all of the stripes that would be for this year. But anyways, I did get Violet's Little Sockies cast on. This is Lofty Loops Hyperdrive. The colors are perfect for her, and also the name is also sort of right. I don't know if you can see in the light, but they are also sparkly. And I just took my picture with my color and I did all that stuff. I think I showed that to you earlier, but I am really tired, even though it's not even that late. I don't know what time it is. Yeah, it's 8:15. But I am going to put this together so that I can go to bed because I'm exhausted. See you tomorrow.